We have woken up in hell, and this hell doesn't make its appearance known. It must be understood and seen through pure eyesight. It wants to hide underneath illusions of beauty, illusions of happiness, illusions of hope and dreams. But when you open your eyes and see the horrid landscape for what it is, you see the truth that has been hidden in plain sight. It may look beautiful here. It may seem wondrous, a work of pure art of the imagination. But upon further looking, you see an absolute wasteland. It's hard to even consider this life at all. These trees having to feed off of the things below it, shedding its leaves, dead leaves, in order to protect it from the extreme weather and other things of this world. And just like us, our skin sheds every single day. It's as if our skin was the sin, and it is. These human meat bodies are the abomination of desolation. They desolate the spirit. They desolate your purity. They desolate everything that is good and pure. And it makes you believe in the lie of this fallen world, the lie of the human condition, the lie of the kingdom of a fallen place. You believe that you have a place in this fallen kingdom. And the more you buy into that, the more you're selling away what actually is true. Everything's a salesman here. Everything wants you to buy into it, the lie and the deceptions of who and what you are and where you are and why you are here. You are here to be a food source to those fallen entities that wish to remain alive, because in fact they are actually dead. They are dead, so they need things to feed off of in order to keep going. And this is why you are here. You are here to buy into the illusion of a place that could be paradise, but it's not. And all we have to do is keep striving and keep working towards that global harmony. Harmony has harm in it, because the harmony of this place works to devour each and every one of us, each and everything. Nature is just a mouth that has an insatiable appetite that needs to feed and feed and feed. And then, like the Ouroboros, a snake eating its own tail, it eats itself alive, just as our bodies are doing now. And when you take your life force out of the equation, it will make damn sure that you fall back in line, because your body will start eating itself, just like the snake eats its own tail. This is not our place. This is not our world, and this is not our realm. But each and every day, this place will gaslight you to make you fall back in line, to make you keep the ways of this realm in each and everything that you do. It wants you to buy into the illusion by selling yourself to it. We are all prostitutes of this world, selling little bits and pieces of ourselves until we no longer recognize who and what we are. This kingdom is not ours. It's not. I don't even want to be a part of a kingdom because that involves me giving my power away to an outside entity that I have learned in this realm is not the way of righteousness and purity. You have within yourself the ability to be that, to do that. But as long as you're in these flesh bodies, as long as you're in this fallen state, you need outside things to fulfill those black holes that you call yourself. But in actuality, it is not you, and it never had anything to do with you. But the part of you that it has to do with is you continually feeding those black holes in hopes that something is going to change about this place and your part in it. Your part in this is to remove yourself from this fallen state of existence. The more you detach and let go of the possessions of this place, the less you will be possessed by those things. You must trade everything for freedom. If anything is anchoring you to this place, you need to cut ties with it. You need to cut ties to the anchors that keep you bound and enslaved. That is all they have. That's all they have to keep you in this fallen state. And in the perceptual prison that has been forced upon you, you believe in all the limitations of the body and of the world. And you buy in to the lie. Each and every day, you make your home here. Your home is not here. Your home is far removed from this place. It's okay to do what needs to be done in order to make your life more comfortable here, to make your time here less sufferable. But if you are building homes, if you are building a cage around your spirit and limiting it to this perception and putting your essence into material objects and comforts of the flesh, thinking that this is the way and holding on to that, I think you are mistaken. And I think it's just further building the cage around your spirit and around your freedom. To turn away from this place is the hardest thing you can do. But at the same time, it is the easiest thing to do. Because once you get rid of the body, and once you get rid of the mind of that body, and once you break through the illusions of both of those things, you see that turning away from a fallen, hellish abomination is the truth. And the truth is easy on the spirit once you accept it. It is harsh on the body. The body will kick and scream and make you fall back in line because the body is the prison that houses your spirit. And the body tries its hardest to manipulate you into thinking that it's you. into believing that is you. And the survival of that body is the utmost importance, when in actuality, the death of that body is the only way out. And people die every single day for many reasons. All are horrible and disgusting. But the fact remains that we all must die. And if you are still holding on to the lie that your life is going to get better, that your life is worth saving here, you will remain here. You will remain here with all of the illusions of the flesh that so bind you to it. If you go, when that time comes, still believing in this place, still holding on, still putting your unlimited, pure spirit into a box of putrid, decaying flesh that needs to feast in order to function, and placing your identity in all of the illusions of this place, you have a lot of work to do, in my opinion. And if that time comes and you're still holding on to all of that, it will be so easy to get you back here. It will be so easy to manipulate you to coming back to this place, because this place is all you know. This place is what you want and what you desire. And the workings of that flesh, all the abominations that bring you into a fallen state, will still be at play and will still be working you over lifetime after lifetime until you take responsibility of yourself right now. You can all do this. We can all do this. You must take your power, the power that comes from beyond this place, that no entity has bestowed upon you and no entity can take away from you. Connecting to that outside of this material prison is the only way forward. And any anchorings to this world that give you hope, that make you think things will get better here, that make you believe that you are in a state of growth in relating to this place, will only keep you further and further into the hellscape, into the confusion, and into a life that is based on hell's game and hell's rules, and the kingdom of a devil that wants to have authority and complete power and control over everything about you and wants you to become just like it, but having no actual power and only be a subordinate to it. I know the gig is up. We are at a state of awareness and consciousness that will allow us to leave this place forever and for good. There's no turning back. There's no turning back once you reach this level of awareness. Nothing it can do or say can entrap you any longer. I know that we are all at this same conclusion. The conclusion is this place is trying its damnedest to keep us here, knowing it has lost control over us. And we are at a state where we can become truly free of this. It's over. It's over for them in housing us in a prison. We have made it. We have come to this awareness. Everything is dead and in a state of decay. And we realize that this place is not for us anymore. It may have been when we were at a lower state of awareness. But now, It's over. It's over. There is nothing this place has to offer us any longer. We are in a state of absolute rebellion against our captors, against our imprisonment. And they are aware of this. They know they've lost control over us. They know that our time is short. Our time is short here. Everyone's time is short, but they have not reached the awareness to escape. And since we have, this place becomes more and more dull, more and more an abomination to our spirits, more and more. And that will only grow more and more. I know that if you want to fall back into this illusion and pretend that you don't know what you know, your spirit is going to cry out to you and force you to wake up. It's going to force you out of this illusion, out of this fallen state, because your time is short. And there's nothing you can do that's going to quiet that voice any longer. There's nothing this world can deceive you into to trading in your freedom of this place. You can try and you can do your damnedest to ignore and fall back asleep. But from my own personal experiences, that is only going to bring you more suffering, because you know the truth now. You know it. Nothing can bring you the happiness that you once experienced in this world, because in that happiness you were totally deceived into buying into it. And that is the trauma bond. That is the nostalgic of a life that used to be good, but now it's not. So that is another chain that's trying to keep your spirit down and tame in this process of breaking free of it all. I know that we are all at this state. If you're listening to this, you are at that state, or you are on the precipice of that state. For the most people in this world, they are lost causes. There is no hope for them. I wish it were different, and maybe it is. But knowing where I am, and knowing where other people are who are still lost in this illusion, they will remain lost. And we will become more and more isolated by design to keep you in a depressive state, thinking that you can change all of this on the outside, but it is and has always been on the inside. The inside chains that bind you to a false reality, that have begun the breakage point of leaving a world that is pure evil, but has the illusion that it's good. There's nothing I can do that brings me joy or happiness that doesn't first come from inside of me. I can be in a hellish realm and I can be around all these things and I can be forced into doing things that I know are wrong, but am left with no other option because it will bring me more suffering. But the things I can change, I am working on and I'm doing. But in this fallen state, the only joy that comes from it is from myself. We all have that potential. The joy that never dies, the joy of the truth, the joy of leaving this forever. And we are no longer a match to this place. Our conscious level is no longer a match. So we no longer resonate with the workings of this place. And that is a tremendous accomplishment. And you should be proud of that. Be proud of that. When everything around you wants you to feel bad about it, I say feel proud about it. Our time is short here. For good.